So hello friends, today I am going to talk about Liberalized Remittance Scheme, which is called LRS. Okay, and what is the use of that scheme for the families where somebody is an NRI, that means the NRI and his family, and how this scheme can be used whenever you require to send money abroad. So let's begin. So hello friend, my name is Arun Tiwari and generally I look after international taxation including the NRI taxation. I also advise or consult people on investments as well as legal part, especially the legal part related to sale of property or the documentation like power of attorney, gift deed, relinquishment or other documents which is required especially for the NRI persons. So today I am going to talk about LRS, Liberalized Remittance Scheme. So according to scheme, most of people might be aware, this is scheme for resident Indian, not for non-resident Indian. So let me tell you, most of people have this confusion that this is for NRIs. No, this scheme is for resident to send money to non-resident relatives or dependent. So suppose anybody in your family is a non-resident, either he is a student studying abroad, maybe, or he is working abroad, and you want to send some money, maybe some reason, maybe he needs some money for study purpose, maybe he needs some money for some emergency situation, or just want to gift some money to your maybe children's. So this scheme can be used for that purpose. Now there is another confusion. This scheme can also be used by non-resident when they are planning to take money abroad, their money abroad, especially that money which is belonging to India. For example, the money which is lying in the NRO account, or they are selling some Indian property and trying to take money abroad, then they can use this LRS scheme. Now this LRS scheme is very simple. You don't have to take any approval from RBI. Now lots of people might be thinking, why I need to take approval from RBI when I'm taking my money abroad. Now understand that India has to buy dollars because most of its bill they have to pay in dollars. Okay, because for most of the international market, dollar is a USD basically, it's a de facto currency, and for that they have to pay a lot of INR. Or where they could get this USD? Generally by doing you can say exports, or maybe whatever services we are bringing. Nowadays most of things we are bringing the services. Now if somebody without accountability take this dollar abroad, there will be shortage for India, especially for RBI, and it become a headache. So they want to control this so that always they know how much dollar is going outside and how much dollar they should have with them, so that their foreign all like reserves are maintained. They can pay for their fuel bills, they can pay for their defense, whatever imports they are doing. So that's the reason they are controlling. So that's maybe your money, but because you are taking abroad in USD, not in INR, the RBI has to put some restriction. And there is very simple restriction that in 1 year you can take not more than 2,50,000 USD. In rupees term, if I say, not more than 2 crore 10 lakh rupees you can take abroad without asking any question. No, RBI is not going to ask. The only thing you have to submit a 15 CSCB. Nowadays there is a TDS also, but TDS is not on everything. Like up to 7 lakh it is not taxable. Then if you are sending somebody for medical, there is a different TDS rate. If sending for education, there is different TDS rate, and if you are just sending something else for other purpose, there is a different TDS rate. The biggest TDS rate is 20% if you are sending for other purpose other than supporting a person like your children's education there, or sending them money for medical treatment. For that there is a 7 lakh exemption. Up to 7 lakh you don't have to pay any TDS, and then there is a very minimum 0.5% or something like TDS is there, right? So there is not much TDS. So this scheme can be used by residents to send money abroad to their relatives or dependent who are NRI, who are abroad. As well, this scheme can also be used by non-residents to take their money abroad. Only limit $2,50,000 every year, and they have to just submit a declaration, and they also have to ensure that all this money goes through one bank, so that that bank can take some keep some control. If you're going to send from different bank, then you have to submit to that bank that how much money already you have sent in that particular year. So basically it is counted year wise. So that means it is from April to March. That is the how financially it is counted. Now, if you have two family members, you can take abroad 5 lakh USD. If you have children, you can take money on the name of children's also. That's also allowed. Clubbing is not allowed. So that means it's not happen that okay, you are the two people, so you can send 5 lakh rupees from your account. You have to send 2,50,000 from your account and 2,50,000 from your spouse account. This is how you have to send it abroad. This is the basic arrangement. Now, in most of the cases, I think the 2 crore 10 lakh rupees limit is more than enough. I don't think anybody is going to send that much amount every year. So this is to ensure that people get enough limit to meet all their goals or maybe emergency situation. At the same time, they should not use this for foreign investment. So what is restricted here, you cannot use this limit to send money for buying property, buying stocks, buying investment. There is a different purpose, different rules for that. So this scheme is only to helping Indian parents, if simple terms, if I say Indian parents or maybe Indian families to support their NRI family abroad or NRI family member abroad. This is very simple term if I want to say. I'm not giving any legal advice here. I'm just explaining the basic purpose of LRS and how this can be used and how it should not be used. So it should not be used for any of the speculation purpose, business purpose. Business purpose you can send it of course, but up to between that limit, but it should not be used for any investment purpose abroad or buying a property. Of course, you can gift this money to your children who can buy property abroad if they are non-resident. So this is allowed, right? You can give them, then after that this is their choice that what they want to do with that money, but you cannot send it abroad to buy property on your name itself. This is the certain restrictions which is placed under LRS. So friends, I think the LRS is very effective, very good, because there is no much, and let me tell you, earlier they were very difficult to send money abroad. After LRS, it has become really liberalized. So you can use it. If you are confused that how you can do it, then simply you have to approach your bank. Your bank is going to ask 15 CACB from you, which any chartered accountant will issue, and they will definitely mention the purpose of sending money abroad. And if you are sending a money after paying taxes, then there is no issue. If suppose you are sending money after selling a property, if you are a resident, then you don't have to declare the tedious part. You just have to mention you are sending as a gift, you are sending as a help to your maybe your son or daughter or whatever children studying abroad, or maybe there some emergency medical purpose is there, or maybe you are sending them as a gift. You just have to mention that. I will advise, if you are sending as a gift, just create a simple gift deed to support, because it will help you even at the time of filing return. And then you can simply submit that 15 CC with your bank. Your bank will take the SWIFT number. That is, the SWIFT number is basically the bank you want to transfer money abroad. So whatever bank you want to transfer, you have to give them details of that bank account number, SWIFT number and all, and money will be simply distributed. If you are using the same bank, they will not ask you any other information. If you are using different bank to send money in same financial year, they will ask a declaration where you have to declare that what are the other money already you have sent it. This declaration basically they ask just to know that the limit of 2,50,000 USD is maintained and you are not breaching that. As you told you, suppose one person's limit exhausted, other person can use. Another thing I am telling you, there is no such requirement that person who is sending money should earn this money. But again, this doesn't mean that you have to take loan, but I am just saying the fact. Suppose in a family, husband is only earning and he has to send some money, or already his limit of 2,50,000 USD is exhausted. Now they want to send further money for some reason. Wife can send this money. Even the money doesn't belong to her. She can take a loan from husband and she can repatriate that money. So some cases what happen, that limit is already existed and then people think, okay, can I send on wife name? Wife is a working, like she's not working, she's a housewife. So is it allowed? So there is no such thing that she has to earn to send money abroad. The only thing you have to understand, the end use of that money sent should be personal in nature. That means you are sending only to your families, either to support his education or maybe some emergency condition, or giving them as a gift, or maybe helping them to settle down abroad. It should be personal in nature. It should not be an investment in nature. Until the time this is maintained, RBI doesn't have any issue. As many members you have in the family, all have 2,50,000 USD limit, and they can borrow money and they can send it for their requirement. So I think already I made lots of points clear. If you are getting more questions, because I know LRS is such a thing that lots of time people get confused and they have questions. So if you have question on LRS, that how to send, which bank to choose, where you can get the better this thing. So there is one consultancy also we provide, which is called, we call it transaction consulting, where basically we help you to send money abroad for this purpose with minimum charges or minimum cost on this, because there can be a lot of other cost also, and how you can avoid this cost and meet all the compliance. That generally we help people when they are sending money abroad. So if you have any such requirement, even suppose you are an NRI, you sold a property and you want to send money, you want to know the best way to send money so that the charges should be less, I can or we can guide you in that in transaction consulting. So that's all in this video, friends. If you have query, question, please put as a comment. Either me or my team will come back. Please don't put your personal thing. Please don't tell put there your account number or how much balance you have there, because it's a public platform and you know who is watching your movement, right? So that's all in this video. Thank you. Have a nice day.